Happy Tuesday, everybody. I am making a tutorial about how to make preflights in Lumbermill. This is like one of my absolute favorite things about Lumbermill. It's a thing I wish I had for the last 20 years of production. So this is what we're gonna do. In Lumbermill, you've got your tools menu and you got all these designers. If you click on Preflight Designer, it's going to bring up the Preflight Designer. In here, we've got a few different softwares right now. When we go to Lumbermill itself, this is what happens when we try to publish. For today, I want to custom publish for reference that I bring in. You can do this with any department or task in your pipeline. All you need to do is hit add preflight. It's going to give you a list of the departments / tasks in your pipeline. We are going to do one for reference. So I'm going to make a preflight for reference. It uses the short code for it. And now I just got to start adding preflight steps. So the best thing to do to start out is just to copy the default. So we're going to want to see if the files exist. We're going to want to publish them. But we might want to do some extra stuff. I really don't know what. It just depends on your production. So what we're going to do is click back on this tab. And I'm going to add a preflight step, and I forgot the name of it already. So let's just say check, publish, files, hit OK. So this creates sort of a template. If we ran this right now, it would just print check, publish files, and the thing would fail because I've got pass check and fail check commented out. If I go back to default, we've got check publish files. I'm just going to copy this. So I'm going to Control A it, Control C it, come back here to check publish files and paste it with Control V. So I've got check publish files. That matches my module name, and so that's going to work when we actually run this with a Lumbermill publish. So I got check publish files. Now I need to publish files. So I'm going to add a preflight step. Publish files, hit OK, go back to default, click on publish files, and Control A it, Control C it, go back to reference, Control A it, Control V it. Now I've got publish files, that matches my module. I'm going to change these so that the text looks pretty. And go back here, check for published files. This is literally just what shows up when we launch the preflight. So just to show you that we can do more than just copy the default, when I come in here, I'm going to add another preflight step, and I'm going to call this test. In here, all this is going to do is print test. I'm going to change this to print I pity the fool. Okay, so I want this to happen before my files get published, so I'm just going to drag and drop that up there. I can move the orders of my preflights really easy in here. So I can have test be last, I can have it be first, I can have it be second, whatever. So that is all you have to do to create a custom preflight for an entire task within Lumbermill. I'm just going to hit save, close it out. If I go into, let's see, let's go to one of these projects, go to assets, bucket, reference. Cool. So I've got a bucket in here, and I want to publish this. This is reference. So in theory, when I hit that publish button, I should be able to publish this thing and see my preflight. So let's see what happens. Look at that. Check for publish files, test publish files. So I'm going to run the selected. Cool. That passed. Run that. Oh, failed. Let's look at our readout. So it did print I pity the fool, so that's awesome. But I think what we forgot to do, and this happens a lot, and it's kind of that way on purpose. If I go back to my Preflight Designer and I go to Lumbermill and I go to ref and I go to test, if I go in here, that is commented out. So we need that check to pass. So I'm going to hit pass check. and I'll close that. I'm going to relaunch Lumbermill just to make sure that the module reloads now that we've changed it. And I'm going to go hit publish, check for published files, run selected, click test, run selected. I'm doing these one at a time because when I do a new Preflight, I just want to test to make sure they work. I'm going to click that. It published the files, and let's see what that did. So if I go back in here, reference, I've got a version 3, and I've got a Tmacoda one and a publish one. So we created a publish version 3 of the bucket.jpg. And that's about it. With these Preflights, you can literally do anything you want in here. There's going to be a ton of videos about me writing custom Preflights, and that'll kind of give you an idea of how deep you can go with this stuff. But that right there, you get a successful Preflight right out the gate. You can start doing anything you wanted. So there's the Preflights, and I hope you enjoy using them.